Welcome to another edition of LRMania, and right now I am reviewing WWE Payback. The show is currently going on right now. We're at the pre-show. The show started off. We see Sam Roberts, Renee Young, and Jerry King Lawler on the pre-show panel. They talked for a bit. They previewed some matches. They had Sasha Banks come on, and I know I keep mentioning this, but you can tell, the way she's talking, you can tell there does seem to be some heat with her and Alexa Bliss, some real-life beef. That'd be really interesting to see the two of them feud. I think they could say that for WrestleMania 34. Have the two of them feud over the belt. You can incorporate some real life. I think that feud can be really, really, really strong if they let it be. Sasha's there to support Bayley. She could make a run in. I don't think so. And I don't think if they showed her this much on the pre-show, I think it's probably just going to be a regular match. And then after that, they go to the opening match, which is Enzo and Cass against Gallows and Anderson, which is currently taking place right now. So, first match just concluded. Enzo and Cass beat Gallows and Anderson. Nice bit of a surprise. Enzo and Cass did their shtick. They're over. It's a pre-show, nothing special. Quick match, Raw match. It was basically a match you see on Raw. Nothing great, but it was fine. Enzo and Cass got a win. You win Cass had a big boot on Gallows, and then Cass got the roll out for the 3 count. Pinned Anderson. Match again, nothing special, just a quick pre-show match, as it should be. It's only the pre-show, you don't need to wear out the crowd, so it was fine. We saw Hardys and with Goldust and R-Truth backstage. Matt Hardy is so obviously trying to do the broken gimmick, even though he doesn't have the rights to. He's clearly leaving hints, doing the smile. Very obvious what he's trying to do. Hopefully we can see the broken gimmick sooner than later. So they have Miz doing the Miz TV at Finn Balor. I can care less about this. I have no interest in this. Hopefully this goes by fast. So the show's about to start. They did the Miz TV thing, and it was fun. One thing annoyed me, I keep hearing Balor say reference to all his fans as the Balor Club. We're part of the Balor Club, and I think that unfortunately that means they're taking the Balor Club and using that instead of actually creating a Bullet Club style faction, and that's pretty disappointing. Balor beat up Miz, crowd like that. They were into Balor, and they had Miz stand behind Maurice, so it was what it was. Miz is just a complete goofball now. He's a complete joke. So, a little disappointed with the Balor Club stuff. But now let's start to the main show, which is starting right now. The show starts. Big matches start the show. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, one of the most anticipated matches on the show. Hot way to start the show, They'll have a good match. So, we'll see how this goes. So, a shocking upset. Jericho defeats Owens. He is the United States champion. He beat him cleanly. They had a good match. I thought they had a better match than the WrestleMania match, which was good. So the Mania match was good. This was a better match. It was a great match, a really good match, really fun match to start the show off. They had Owens dominated most of the match early on, and then of course they did a big finish in which they did the same finger spot from WrestleMania when Owens. He basically, he's in the walls of Jericho, and he puts one finger on the rope, and Jericho beats the hell out of his finger, stomps on it several times, and puts it in between his steps, stomps it, and puts him in the walls of Jericho again, and it looks like Owens is still trying to grab the middle rope with his bottom finger, inches away, but then he has to tap. So Jericho wins cleanly. Well, I don't know if you'd call it cleanly, but he beats Owens. I think I'm making a huge prediction. Kevin Owens beats Chris Jericho on SmackDown and regains the U.S. title. Or they may drag it out to Extreme Rules and Owens will win the belt back and then Jericho leaves. One of those. So I think they're doing Owens and AJ at Backlash. Maybe they have Owens and Jericho face again at Backlash instead and have AJ face someone else. I'm not sure what they're doing, but that was a very surprising moment. I think Owens probably and most likely wants the belt back on SmackDown. But a good match to start the show. Next is Neville and Aries, so it's another WrestleMania rematch. I don't see another title switching hands. I think Neville retains this. Match was actually getting pretty good. It started off a bit slow, then it got good, and then they do the fuck finish. Really, on a pay-per-view, that's bullshit. They had Neville get himself disqualified, so maybe we'll see a trilogy at Extreme Rules, but that sucked. I mean, anytime we do that on the pay-per-view, that's bullshit, so Yeah, Aries wins by DQ, but Neville's still champ because of disqualification. The match wasn't as good as the WrestleMania match. This is one of those times I thought the Mania match was better, but it is what it is. I guess if they want to continue the feud. So, the Hardys beat Cesaro and Sheamus in a good match. Not a great match, but a good match. After the match, they have Cesaro and Sheamus turn heel. Not surprising. We knew that was going to happen. I guess they'll probably have Cesaro and Sheamus win the belts at Extreme Rules. Then, of course, you have Bayley and Alexa Bliss. And I'm going to go on a bit of a rant here, but, this just pisses me off. This is so fucking annoying. This whole fucking fetish, Vince's fetish of beating all these guys or all these wrestlers in their hometown is so fucking annoying. Bayley was massively over, and she wasn't over for a while. They were kind of booing her in the city, so she comes in San Jose massively over. It's in her hometown, of course they beat her. So fucking stupid. I don't get it. What the hell? Why? Why do you have to beat someone in their hometown to get heat on Alexa Bliss? To get heat. I mean, they let Alexa Bliss win in Columbus. I don't get it. It's so fucking stupid. It's like when they had Sasha Banks losing her title in Boston to Charlotte in Hell in a Cell. It was so fucking stupid. It just came off flat. Crowd was flat. Why don't you just give the fans what they want and give them, let their hometown hero win? It's so fucking ridiculous. I'll sometimes watch, you can watch anything else. When the home team wins or the fans want, everyone goes home happy and they enjoy the show more. Why do you feel this need to beat everyone in their hometown? And it doesn't get heat on the champion. All it does is devalue make the person who the hometown hero lost over. It's what happened to Sasha. Sasha hasn't been the same since she lost that stupid match with Charlotte in Boston. Having Bayley lose here is absolute bullshit. I like Alexa Bliss a lot. I really like her, but this was such a stupid decision. I think they've killed Bayley. This might be the death nail. I don't know if they're giving up on her, but that was fucking ridiculous. I don't have much to say else than that. That was just a terrible book. Now, just horrible booking, just idiotic. Bayley, I'm afraid her momentum's gonna. I don't want to say she's done, but it was just a stupid decision and whatever. House of Horrors is next. I could care less about this match. This is funny. This House of Horrors. This is genuinely making me laugh. This is funny as hell, and I'm entertained in the wrong way. This is one of those things that's so bad and so cheesy, it's actually kind of funny. And, here's the problem. The match it's basically the first part's going to be, we already saw, they fought in Bray Wyatt's house. It's hilarious when they're fighting and then they're breathing hard, and it's just so ridiculous and so over the top. And the true horrors. So this was the host part. The host part was okay. Now the horror part of Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt is when they actually have to have a match in the ring. That is the true horror of Payback. That is the biggest horror you can imagine. Is these two have to have a fucking match again. Anyway, I'm so annoyed that they took the belt off Bayley in their homes. I'm just so fucking sick of that. That's the dumbest, shittiest gimmick I've ever heard, just beating people in their hometown. But whatever. This House of Horrors is genuinely making me laugh, and it's not necessarily the worst thing. It's just I don't even know what to say, man. This is just so ridiculous. It's, oh my god. It's entertaining, I'll give it that. It's trying to be the Finalation. It's not that. I really don't want to see these two have a match. I really do not. What's going to happen is they're going to come back and have that match they had at WrestleMania, and the whole gimmick's going to be like cockroaches and burning hoses. Oh my god. This is a train wreck. It's funny though. Up next is Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe, and man, this show has lost me now. It's gonna be hard to save this now. Oh my god. The booking on the show is fucking stupid. They just beat Samoa Joe when he has all this momentum. He just came in. He can't you fucking have him stand defeated for a few months before someone beats him? This guy has so much potential to be the Samoan submission machine and this badass, and just this killer, this ruthless killer who can challenge Brock Lesnar, and he just squandered that right now. They had Rollins pin him in a cradle. It's just, what the fuck are you doing? For real? You really have to beat Joe? You really have to fucking beat Joe? Really, Joe? And the match was boring. I think the crowd, I mean, they don't care anymore. They were chanting boring during the Orton and Wyatt stuff. They are dead now. They'll be alive for Reigns and Strowman, but I mean, they are dead. They did nothing for the match. That match bored me to tears. I nearly fell asleep in that match. I was bored. I don't even care anymore. What the fuck, man? Don't beat Joe yet. He is... it's so annoying. Guy's got so much fucking potential. You already beat him. Whatever. Joe was a badass, and the fact that they beat him already, it's wow. I mean, they'll probably have a rematch again. I see all these matches being rematches for Extreme Rules. This feels like just like a setup show just to set up a whole bunch of rematches. It feels like all of Extreme Rules is probably going to be rematches of what we saw here, but I don't even know. Yeah, that's a terrible decision in my opinion. Stupid. They had Orton and Wyatt go back to the ring, and mercifully it was a quick brawl. It wasn't very long. It was easy to watch, and of course you have Jinder Mahal come. You have the Bollywood boys attack Orton. He fights him off, then Mahal hits him with the belt twice, and then Bray pins him. And they can't give Bray Wyatt one clean one. Can this guy just beat somebody cleanly? Can he just go over once cleanly? Is that too much to ask? This does nothing for him. This match is a complete joke. It was laughable. It just did nothing. It was a match. It reminded me of a match when he beat John Cena in the steel cage match, and they had to pull off every single gimmick in the world to try to protect Cena. Here they're protecting Orton, and Bray Wyatt's done. I mean, I don't think they can salvage him. He loses every match, and the matches he wins, he can never win cleanly. And his character, I mean, he's supposed to be very menacing and very convincing. Every single match he loses, and then, when the matches he wins, he can never go over cleanly. He just doesn't come off legitimate anymore. And, yeah, that was shit. I mean, also, I do not want to see Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. That is such a joke. And this show, I mean, the crowd is dead now. Yeah, this is getting hard to sit through. So, Payback's over. You had, the booking of the main event was good. That kind of salvaged the pay-per-view. I really liked how they put Strowman over. Match wasn't as good as Fastlane, even though, the Fastlane ending was terrible. The match was, they did well. I liked how they had Roman Reigns sell his shoulder injury. They didn't do too much with the shoulder. I thought Roman Reigns did really good here, even though I'm not a fan of his. They had Strowman go over as he should. They put over Strowman clean and fairly, and the match was good. It was a good main event, and it salvaged the pay-per-view for me. It saved it. This was a horrible pay-per-view for me. I thought the show was boring as fuck for a while. The booking was annoying. It was just over the top. It was goofy. And of course, the main event came, and it wasn't a great match thing, but I liked the booking of it, and I think it kind of saved it and made it an okay show. So the show was okay. So after the match, Braun Strowman come in, take steel steps, smash Roman Reigns, crush his chest. Reigns starts bleeding from the mouth. He bleeds internally. It's pretty damn violent and graphic. There were many really funny moments on the show, intentionally hilarious moments. One of the funniest was after the show on Raw Talk. So Reigns, his ribs are crushed. He's helped to the back. They see him on the ambulance. He's bleeding, and all of a sudden you hear Braun, "I'm not finished with you yet." And then he runs in, and he runs through the ambulance door. He tries to hit Roman, and he falls through a bunch of boxes. Looks like a slapstick comedy. That was stupid. It was funny as hell, and I laughed my ass off. Man, that made Braun look stupid, but it was on Raw Talk, not the pay-per-view, so I'll live with it. Man, that made Braun look so stupid when he just accidentally runs through the ambulance door and falls through a bunch of boxes. This was a funny show. It was entertaining. Man, it was stupid, and it was over the top, and it was a weird show. Definitely one of the most bizarre wrestling shows I've ever seen. It was unintentionally funny, and not a great show, but it was entertaining, and it was okay. The main event saved it for me. A lot of things on the show annoyed me, but I liked the booking of Braun Strowman at the end. So except for the Raw Talk stuff when he runs through an ambulance door, but Braun was booked well, and I think that kind of saved the show at the end.